Hello everyone, let's move straight in because this chapter talks about something that has suddenly entered almost every workplace conversation. We are talking about generative AI, often called Gen AI. You hear this word everywhere now, and as a CPM AI professional, you must understand it calmly, clearly, and without hype. Let me begin with the official study guide definition, but I'll explain it in my own teaching voice. Generative AI refers to AI models that are capable of creating new content such as text, images, code, audio, or video based on patterns learned from existing data. Now, let me make that very simple. Traditional AI mostly analyzes or predicts. Generative AI creates, it produces something new that did not exist before, but it does so by learning patterns from past data. Think of it like a very fast assistant who has read millions of documents and can now write a new one in a similar style. It's not copying, it's generating.
You might have already seen this at work. Someone asks an AI tool to draft an email, summarize a report, or generate ideas. That's generative AI doing exactly what it is designed to do. So, Gen AI is about creation, not just calculation. Now, stay with me because it's important to understand how Gen AI is different from earlier AI systems. Here's the official study guide definition, spoken naturally. Unlike traditional AI systems that focus on classification or prediction, generative AI models produce original outputs by modeling the underlying structure of data. Let me explain that slowly. Earlier AI systems mostly answered questions like yes or no, approve or reject, predict this number, classify this image. Generative AI answers a different kind of question, create something for me. Think of it like the difference between a calculator and a writer. A calculator gives precise answers. A writer creates sentences. Gen AI is closer to the writer side. Here's a simple workplace example. A traditional AI might tell you which customer is likely to leave. A generative AI system might draft a personalized message to retain that customer. Both are useful, but they serve very different purposes, and mixing them up can cause confusion in projects. As a CPMAI professional, recognizing this difference helps you set the right expectations with stakeholders. Now, let's gently move into how generative AI models actually learn without going technical. Here's the official study guide definition explained naturally. Generative AI models learn statistical patterns from large datasets and use those patterns to generate plausible new outputs. Let me simplify that. Generative does not understand meaning like humans do. It understands patterns. It looks at what usually comes next in text, images, or data and predicts a reasonable next piece. Think of it like autocomplete on your phone, but extremely advanced. Your phone suggests the next word based on patterns. GenAI does the same thing, but with massive amounts of data and far more complexity. Let me share a light story. One manager once said to me, "This AI sounds so confident, it must be correct." I smiled and said, "Confidence is not accuracy. Gen AI is very good at sounding right, but it still needs human judgment." That's a key point for CPMAI. Gen AI generates possibilities, not guarantees. Now, let's talk about where generative AI is commonly used in organizations because this is where excitement often turns into unrealistic expectations. Here's the study guide idea spoken naturally. Generative AI is commonly applied in content creation, software development assistance, design support, and knowledge work augmentation. Let me say that in plain English. GenAI helps people work faster. It drafts, suggests, summarizes, and ideates. It doesn't replace professionals, it supports them. You might have seen this already. Uh, Developers use GenAI to draft code. Marketing teams use it to generate campaign ideas. Analysts use it to summarize long documents. Here's a realistic example. A project team needed a first draft of a proposal overnight. Instead of starting from a blank page, they used GenAI to create a rough draft and then refined it. Uh, the human judgment stayed in control. GenAI simply reduced effort. This is the healthy way to use generative AI as an accelerator, not an authority. Now let's slow down and talk about limitations and risk, because this is where the CPMAI mindset really matters. Generative AI models may produce inaccurate, biased, or misleading outputs if not properly governed and reviewed. Let me make that very real. GenAI can make mistakes. It can sound confident while being wrong. It can reflect biases present in training data, and it does not understand business context unless humans provide it. I've seen teams treat GenAI outputs as final answers. That's risky. GenAI should be treated like a junior assistant, helpful, fast, but always reviewed. Here's a simple analogy. If an intern drafts a report, you review it before sending it to a client. GenAI should be treated the same way as a CPMAI professional. Your responsibility is not to stop GenAI adoption. Your responsibility is to ensure it is used responsibly, ethically, and with proper controls. Now, let me gently bring everything together and close this chapter. Generative AI models are a powerful new capability in the AI landscape. They create content, accelerate work, and open new possibilities. But they are still tools, not decision makers. They learn from patterns, they generate possibilities, they require human oversight. As we move forward in this course, we'll keep coming back to this idea. Technology creates options, but leadership creates value. When stakeholders get excited about GenAI, you will be the calm voice asking the right questions. What is the use case? What are the risks? Where does human review sit? That calm clarity is the CPMAI mindset. We are going to discuss the seven foundational AI patterns in details in next chapter.